Now, what I'd like to mention about an invisible illness is that it's such a case of an invisible illness, and it's an invisible illness to myself sometimes.
Mm.
Because there's no pain, and I read this on a post that you shared on social media, or your charity, inflammatory neuropathies, which I'm very grateful for the work that you guys are doing. You mentioned that it's an invisible illness, and because there's no pain, you kind of forget that the issue is there, that the weakness is
Mm.
there, and that's when there's no pain. You go to grab this cup of tea at the end of of a hard day, and you spill it and you drop it, and there's a mess everywhere. And these tiny things during the day have been adding up, and yeah, it takes a toll on you. And a great example of how it's an invisible illness, even to myself, is I had to take off something that we had hung up in the corridor, not a few weeks ago or a month ago or so. And I thought, I'm feeling good today. It hadn't been a tough day, After I use my hands and my legs during the morning, or as the day goes by, I do feel my hands get weaker, So I know that I'm not capable of doing certain things. I do feel that weakness, but when I haven't and I'm well rested, I thought, I'm gonna take off those screws from the plasterboard today. So I went, I grabbed the small mirror thing. I took it off, and it only took 3 or 4 turns of the screw, and my hand started cramping up. And I ended up. I took it off. I took that screw off. Only one of them. I had two, but I took.
Hey,
But
one's good. One's good.
listen, it was in the point of getting it done. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to even turn a key in the lock to get into my apartment. For the rest of that day after having done that, I knew
Yeah.
that that was going to be the case until I rested again in that evening for the next day. But I had my elbows on the wall, and with both hands I took off that screw. So just goes to show how much of an invisible illness it is, even
Yeah.
to myself. So people judge. They see you. They don't think you don't want to think about that. But at the end of the day, after a few times, it's that one day. It does sort of, you know, uh, make you overthink it. A little bit.